Okay, now that we're opening this drawing up in AutoCAD, I'll show you how to zoom around this drawing. Okay, so this is what you get when it comes up. Now, a couple of things on the mouse. We said that you use the left mouse button generally to pick, and when you pick, you click, and you let go, and you click again. That's the general thing. Not too often you do click and drag in AutoCAD. All right, so if I wanted to zoom into this area here, what I need to do is bring my crosshair right on top of that area there, and then I scroll with the middle scroller of the mouse. Okay, so you've got a scroller on your mouse, you can scroll. All right, so I can zoom right into that area. And if I hold the scroller down, it turns into a little hand, and it means I can pan and get it to move around. All right. The other thing is, for example, if I didn't go to the middle of that to zoom into it, and say I came down to the bottom right, when I scroll, it'll just go off the page. So that's a bit of a problem. So the other thing, the quickest way to get your drawing back is to use the middle scroller and double click on it. All right. So but you have to be in the graphics area, which is that black space there. So double click on it, and that will bring it back into view for you. That does what's called a zoom extends. All right. And as I said, go over the top and then do it. Now the first exercise here is going to attempt to show you how not to draw in CAD. In other words, try to trace over this thing here without using the object snaps and without using the ortho, and see how accurate you can get. And you'll find that it's not that accurate, and that's what it's trying to prove. And then it's going to show you, ask you to draw the same shape, but this time using this toolbar here. So you're actually latching onto the end point of that and the end point of that. Note that this thing here, these blue dashed lines, are only as a guide for you there to, once you finish your drawing, to see if you've done it right. It'll be falling right on top of the blue lines. Sometimes when you draw over the top of this, and I'll just try this now, and I will for this exercise turn on my object snaps because it'll be quicker. If I just draw over that, sometimes see how there's a white line there? Sometimes that white line ends up behind the blue line. So I can't actually see what I've drawn. I can only see between the cracks of the dashed lines. That's normal. If you type RE for region, it'll come back up, or you can go to view region, and it'll bring the white line over the top, so you can see that it's matching. Okay, that's just a little problem we found with this particular drawing actually. When you get over here, it will ask you to do things like this. Where you've got that, it means an absolute coordinate. So you've got to type that number in. You don't click where that dot is. You've got to go L for line, enter, and then you go 65, 103. You actually type it in, and it will start from there. It will also ask you in the book to make sure you got ortho on, and then it's a matter of going upwards and typing in 19, enter. You don't have to put the 0.00 if there's just 00, 9, enter, 4.6. Okay, so you just go around like that and finish off the shape. When you've gone all the way around and you have the last sort of position there, you can type C for close and go to the beginning, or you can type 65, 103. It's the same thing. Or you can use the endpoint command, the endpoint OSNAP, and latch onto the end of that. Right? If you have, for some reason, stopped halfway because you made a mistake or whatever, you can you don't use close, because it'll go to the last thing, well, where you started off from last, and it may be this position here. So we'll come back to that. So be careful if you stopped and started this command. If I do make a mistake, like if I click there instead of typing in 12.7, I can correct that. Or if I typed in the wrong number, within the this command here, there's an undo. Within the line command, there's a U enter, or you can click on it, and it'll go back one step. All right, so U enter. So back U enter. All right, it goes back one step, so you can correct it. If I, for some reason, went there and there's, oh gee, I stuffed it up, and you say, well, okay, well, I'll just finish the command and I'll just undo. That undoes the whole step, all right, the whole lot. All right, so if you're near the end, it undoes the whole command. So just be careful. With most commands is an undo within the command. For example, trim. You might have trimmed the wrong thing. You just enter, and it will just untrim that little segment. And all right, so it corrects it. So that's the idea. And this one here is one of your exercises. The idea is to follow the book and actually start off from there. So line, enter, 134, 110. And then you follow the instructions from the book, and you type in whatever the number is, I think it's 16.5, something like that, and then you go around it. You don't go around and do this. You do not go and do this with it and say, I finished it, here's my exercise, it matches perfectly, okay? You do not do that, all right? And I'll be coming around to watch. All right, so that's the story with that. Any other questions there? Or there's a whole lot of this to work through, and yeah, I'll leave it there for now, and we will continue later on.